Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to learn a little bit more about Lipscomb University. We're excited to help you get to know more about our university today and hopefully get a little bit more interested in the programs and such that we have to offer. So we want to start out by just giving you some facts and general information about Lipscomb. Lipscomb's got about 4,600 students. That's about 3,000 undergraduate students and 1,600 graduate students. We have over 320 full-time faculty members on our campus, which brings our student to faculty ratio to 13-1. That means you're going to get a lot of individualized and personalized time with professors, making sure that you can build their relationships and have personal interactions with them, making them great references and helpful to you in the job search after college. We have about a 39% male to 61% female, male to female ratio on campus, and we have 49 different states and 52 different countries represented on Lipscomb's campus. We also have 17 different NCAA Division I teams that compete at the highest level of college athletics. We're located in Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville has about 40,000 businesses located within our city limits. That means there's a ton of opportunities for jobs after college, internships, making references, building connections. Whatever it is you want to go, whatever it is you want to do, you're going to have the opportunity to do that. So we have over 145 different areas of study at Lipscomb, but the top 5 that most of our students study and are some of our 5 highest ranked are going to be pre-med, business, engineering, nursing, and education. So if you were to walk onto campus, grab a random student, it's likely that they're going to be studying one of these 5 things. However, we have really, really amazing programs in a lot of other areas. So we also want to talk a little bit about support for your future. So here at Lipscomb, we believe that the time that you spend after college, that's where your degree really comes into value, and we want to really highlight that. So we're going to basically touch on 3 different main pillars, and that's going to be academics, service, and faith throughout the rest of this video. So one thing we do want you to know, in the last 20 years, Lipscomb's enrollment has increased by about 20%. That means we've gone from about 2,500 students to now over 4,600 students. So we think it's really important to be a part of a university that is continuously growing and not remaining stagnant. That means even after you graduate, your degree is going to continue to gain value. We're already part of Kiplinger's 100 Best Values in Private Universities, and we are the fastest growing private doctoral university in Tennessee and the 6th fastest growing in the nation. We're also part of the 2019 and 2020 Christian Colleges of Distinction. So here's a list of where some of our students have gone over the past couple years, both in companies and for graduate schools. You can see here we have things like Boeing, the New York Times, Deloitte, the Metro Nashville Public School System, the Tennessee Performing Arts Center. Again, wherever it is you want to go, whatever it is you want to do, you're going to have the opportunity to do that at Lipscomb. Graduate schools, Harvard, Vanderbilt, Brown, Princeton, Ohio State. There are lots of our students who go and do really, really incredible things all across the world and all across the country. One of the reasons for this is we have a career development center here on campus. They take a lot of time and give you the resources that you need to build resumes, write cover letters, build and collect references. They'll help you build a portfolio. They'll help you find internship interviews, job interviews when it's time for you to graduate. And they'll send you off into the world being as prepared as you can possibly be. For this reason, 95% of our students are either on their way to graduate school or are placed in jobs within 6 months of having graduated. So if you're a senior or a transfer student at this point, our application opened on August 1st, so you can go ahead and apply for the 2021-2022 or the school year. You can either apply through the Lipscomb application or through the Common App. Both of these are, we get the same information either way. They're both equally as helpful. So other things that we'll need from you are an academic evaluation and all of your high school or your college transcripts. For test scores, we do accept test scores from the ACT, the SAT, and the CLT. However, this year Lipscomb is test optional. That means you're not required to submit a test score. So you can send these in, and it is definitely helpful in determining scholarships and determining admission. However, if you haven't had the opportunity to take one of these tests, we totally understand that. So you can just apply as test optional, and you can even switch back and forth between test optional and regular decision all the way up until you are admitted. If you have any specific questions about that, please reach out to your admissions counselor. You can find your admissions counselor on the contact page of our website, and we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Again, for transfers, it's remarkably similar. You have to apply on Lipscomb's website, and then we'll need all of your transcripts from any previously attended colleges or universities. Since you guys are here with us today, there is a fee waiver code. There's a fee associated with our application. It's $50, but you can use the code NBS1891 to apply to Lipscomb fee-free. So we want to highlight some important dates for you guys. The FAFSA opens on October 1st. This is a really, really important date. The sooner you can fill out your FAFSA, the sooner we will be able to get you a financial aid package. So we always recommend filling out the FAFSA as close to October 1st as possible. If for some reason you can't or you don't want to fill out the FAFSA, that's totally all right. You just need to let us know to ensure that we can get your financial aid package to you as quickly as possible. We have a couple different financial aid priority deadlines. That's December 1st and March 1st. If you can complete your application by these dates, it's likely that you will receive a greater financial aid package than you would have otherwise. This is just because some of our scholarship funds on campus run out, and we want to be able to provide you the most as early as possible. We also want to highlight some accepted student weekends. Typically, these are about the first weekend of February and then a couple weekends in March. We don't know quite what these are going to look like this year, but it's always a good idea to throw these weekends on your calendar just so you can have that open. So these are weekends where all the students who have been admitted to Lipscomb for the coming school year can gather together. We can get professors and then current students, future students, Lipscomb's staff, and you can come together, get to know them, sit in on classes. We have dinner together, and then the president comes and speaks. It's a really, really awesome time and a really great way to get to know your future classmates as well as some of their professors that it's likely that you'll have. Finally, we want to highlight May 1st. This is National Decision Day. This is a day where you can get together with your family and you can make your college decision. It's a national holiday, and it's the day when most colleges ask to know your decision by. So this isn't a hard and fast deadline for Lipscomb. It's just generally the best time to let us know where you're planning on attending colleges. So now we want to talk a little bit about financial aid. You can see applying for financial aid is really, really simple. The first thing that we recommend every family do is to fill out the FAFSA, as I mentioned earlier. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, and you can fill that out at fafsa.ed.gov, and it opens on October 1st. This is how we award you any financial aid package beyond just a general merit scholarship, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So you can see we have the total cost of room, board, tuition, and student fees listed here. This is for the 2020-2021 school year, so it's likely it'll be a little bit different for the coming year, but this is a really good idea of what to base the general cost of Lipscomb off of. So we've also highlighted some scholarships that we think it's important for everyone to know and see. Generally, the first one we talk to all of the students about is the merit-based scholarship. So these in the past have been based off GPA, test scores, some other things on your application, and this is awarded to you when you receive your Lipscomb acceptance letter. So this is the first thing that you'll see once you've been accepted to Lipscomb, and you can even raise your academic merit scholarship up until the point of August 1st before you come. We'll accept new test scores, we'll accept higher GPAs, and we will continue to evaluate that as you apply to Lipscomb, even after you're admitted. Another scholarship we always like to highlight is our trustee scholarship. In order to qualify to apply for this scholarship, you need at least a 30 super score on the ACT, a 1360 super score on the SAT, or a 92 super score on the CLT. This is a full tuition scholarship that we award to a select number of students each year, and so it requires an in-person interview, an essay, a resume, and a reference. We score all of these items together, and the top scorers are recipients of this award. So it's a really, really awesome opportunity. Generally, the application for the trustee scholarship will open early in October, and the deadline is typically the first week in January. So go ahead and keep that on your radar. If we receive scores from you that qualify you for the scholarship, we will be sending you emails and calling you and letting you know that it's time to apply. We also have some major specific scholarships. These are for every department. It can be anything from music to engineering. You can find those on our website at lipscomb.edu/scholarships. Different departments have different awards, different sized awards, and different amounts, so it's always good to check the website. We also have scholarships specifically for transfer students. You can always find those on our website as well, or reach out to your admissions counselor and ask about the transfer pathways and other different scholarships for transfer students. So we've talked a lot about academics and logistics at this point. Now we want to talk to you a little bit about the faith and spiritual life at Lipscomb University. So we do have chapel twice a week. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, we have the gathering. This is for all the students, faculty, and staff on Lipscomb's campus generally attend. It's a wonderful time and a gathering of all the people on Lipscomb's campus. It really shows the community. Often there are people from the city of Nashville that come and speak, famous artists, businessmen. Sometimes it's Lipscomb professors, and sometimes it's Lipscomb students who come and get to share their story. It's a really, really awesome opportunity, and every student at Lipscomb can tell you what their favorite gathering has been. On Thursdays, we have what are called breakout chapels. They happen all across campus and can be anything from a small gathering of 5 people to something of about 50 to 75 people. Typically, these can range in topics. Some of them are led by students, some by faculty, and some by volunteers from the community as well. But it gives you the opportunity to customize your chapel experience to whatever you want it to be. So chapel is not necessarily mandatory. Each of our students is required this year to attend 80% of the chapel opportunities offered. So typically, that's going to be about 25 credits. So you can attend 25 different chapels, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then there will be some other opportunities sprinkled in throughout the rest of the semester. Lipscomb also has Bible classes that are built into our general education curriculum. It's 18 hours of Bible credit. This won't take you any longer to graduate, but it will give you a fairly comprehensive education in scripture and theology. And so the first 3 classes everyone takes are the same. It's the story of Jesus, the story of the church, and the story of Israel. After that, you can take 3 different electives courses. It can be anything you want, from theology major courses to something like faith and culture or spiritual disciplines or biblical ethics. We have a ton of different faith-based organizations on campus, and these are just a couple of the ones we like to highlight. The Lipscomb Mentoring Network is an organization where underclassmen are paired with upperclassmen mentors, and upperclassmen are paired with faculty mentors. This means that you get to know people who you may not have gotten to know otherwise and start building relationships off the bat. It's a really, really great program, and I always recommend everyone participates in it. Business as Mission and the Life program at the Tennessee Prison for Women are some really awesome other opportunities that we have. We always recommend that you ask a current student, a faculty member, or your admissions counselor about these for more information. Service is also a really big part of who we are at Lipscomb University. We even carve out days where we cancel classes once a semester, where our students have the opportunity to go out into the community, serve a plethora of different organizations and groups of people. It could be anything from packing food boxes at an organization called Feed the Children, or even serving at the Tennessee School for the Blind, helping them with their day-to-day activities. So this is one of our most participated in events. I believe 85% of Lipscomb students participate in these service days each semester. One of the last things we want to tell you, if you're not a senior this year, if you're a junior or an underclassman, a great resource for you is called Summer Scholars. Summer Scholars is a 10-day residential academic program where you can meet other future students of Lipscomb, meet current students, faculty members. You get to explore the campus, explore the city, and you get to take a college course tuition free. So this year, I believe it's going to be from July 9th to July 18th. So go ahead and mark that on your calendar if this is something you're interested in. Generally, some of the classes that have been offered in the past have been Intro to Psychology, Fundamentals of Photography, Intro to Communications, Foundations of Business, Fundamentals of Biology, and Introduction to Engineering. So this is really the best way to find out what it is like to be a Lipscomb student before you're actually a student. So that's all we have for you today. We would love to have you come visit our campus. You can Google Lipscomb Daily Visits and sign up for a visit there, or reach out to your admissions counselor. You can find us on the contact page of our website. But thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you coming to learn more about our university, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks.